If we can't do YouTube, what else can we do? Go to work, maybe?
Porn stars out.
Maybe you can just go to work, mate. I heard there's jobs at Bunnings in Plainland.
Can't go to work. I've got a guy that can get you a job on a chicken farm. Good fella. Shut up about a chicken farm.
What is that? What's going to happen at the chicken farm?
Update. So we've got some things I forgot. You got to put a E-series temperature sender into the bottom of the thermostat housing, which I forgot. We'll have to do that. And what's the other one? The other one is, what's the other one? Oil pressure. You've got to run your E-series oil pressure sender in the block because it doesn't need the BA1 anymore. This is in our Fairmont, so it's got on the dash, it's got the gauge, so we've got to put the long sender in off of the EL motor. The other thing is we've got some wiring here for our thermo, which is under the front bar for the transcooler, and we've finished the battery in the boot, which is all there. Made a pretty sturdy bracket there and put some decent bolts holding it to the body so it's not going anywhere. Gave it a quick paint up. All my wiring, new battery terminals, made sure everything was colour coded, conduited. 2 big solid earths, straight to body, straight to clean body. And the power obviously runs all under through the car into the front to a positive terminal. So now we're gonna get it in the air, get the gearbox oil in it. It's got a power steering leak, not sure what that is yet. So we're gonna get it in the air, give it a check over, do power steering, do gearbox oil, make sure it's full, start it up, and we'll update. Alright, so mounted the ECU, finished the thermo wiring, that's on ignition at the moment, that works. We've got to do the bonnet latch, still got to do, where is it? Still got to do the oil pressure switch and temperature gauge, but that's tomorrow's job. And I've filled up the gearbox to where I can, and we're just going to give it a start now and see how she goes. Straight up. Not bad, Conrad, not bad. Full 3-inch system, oh 3.5, sorry. 2 mufflers. I'm pretty happy with that. little flutters. Ball bearing turbo, not bad. All in all, pretty happy. Do those last couple of things tomorrow, and it's got a tune in it. Conrad's put a tune in it for us, so it'll be drivable. It'll be driving. Got to try and select gears in that gearbox. Apart from that, finish topping that up with oil while it's running, obviously. And then yeah, should be able to take it back to the owners. It'll be on the streets, and then I'll book the tune in. And then once it's tuned, hammer and tong. Should go off like a one-armed bricklayer in Baghdad. Alright. Awesome. That's good news. I like it. Back. Right, so this is the EL Fairmont, Frozen's EL Fairmont. We've been putting in and out of videos for you guys to see. So we come here as a stock EL Fairmont Ghia on my old wheels with a AU motor and a 5-speed in it, which we got rid of, put a Barra into it. His request, not mine. I would have kept the AU motor because I'm an AU guy. Barra turbo, you know, that's a bit better. It's got a BTR in it, which actually is very, very nice to drive. It's got a 3.5 stall, so kind of surprised me. I thought it was going to be junk, but it's very nice to drive. It's 345, 3.5 stall BTR in it. As far as what we did on the car, we obviously put a Barra in it. Pete did all the welding, all the intercooler pipes, intake, all that stuff. Conrad did all the wiring. He makes them run. He's put a tune in on this, some sort of tune, and it runs and drives all right. So, good job to him. Little things, you know, fabricated all the brackets for this. Done a battery relocation into the boot, which I've done a few videos on now because I was actually pretty happy with how that turned out. Just to a positive post up here. Runs our power in here, and if you need a jump start, it use that if you can't get in the boot. Obviously, we mounted a FG intercooler in here, which comes right up to here and right down to the below the bar there. But that's all we had to work with, so that's what we used. I had to cut the factory bonnet opening latch and make that one up to make that work. Power steering line, I couldn't get anything to work, so I had to make a braided one. And this braid's been on there for 3 weeks and hasn't failed yet, so we'll see how that goes. We'll give it another 3 weeks, I guess. 3.5 inch dump, 3.5 inch exhaust, 2 mufflers, got 2 mufflers under there. Sounds pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it sounds. Obviously it'll get a bit deeper as it soots up and sorts itself out. Once it has a tune, it won't be so retarded on the timing on startup, and it won't be so loud and obnoxious like the Patrol. The BTR is a built gearbox. I'm not sure who built it, but it actually is really, really smooth, really nice to drive. So, yeah, as far as the motor goes, it's the FG bottom end, stock FG bottom end with the BF turbo head on it. 1000cc injectors. We've got a Wilbur 255, which we've shown in the other videos. Stock Garrett 35 82 turbo, stock BF manifold, no heater, no aircon, as per the customer's request. We could have kept aircon. I just had the Patrol lines made up, and they were about $1,000 to get it all gas done, made up. So could have kept the aircon, but not needed in this case. So yeah, we left it at that. As far as the rest of the car, it's pretty clean. It's got a nice leather interior. Had to track down a surround for the auto shift there. The runs an EF ECU now so that the dash works, and then if he wanted aircon, the aircon works. But it performs as normal. Everything in there works, oil pressure gauge works, everything works as per normal. Tacho works, speedo works, looks pretty factory actually. I've wired a thermo in for the transcooler. We did a video on the transcooler a couple of weeks back. Wired a thermo in on ignition. As soon as it feels ignition, it triggers it, so as soon as you go to reds. Yeah, it's pretty much ready to load it up and send it back to its owner. Yeah.